lost, but he brought me in. Oh, his love for me. Oh, his love for me. Who the sun sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. Free at last, he has ransomed me. His grace runs deep. While I was a slave to sin, Jesus died for me. Yes, he died for me. Who the sun sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. I am who you say I am. Who the sun sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. Who the sun sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. In my Father's house, there's a place for me. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am.
Hey kids, we're so glad that you guys decided to join us today. And today we are introducing a brand new series that we're going to be learning called Double Dog Dare. And it's all about God calling people in the Bible to do great big things for Him.
Right, and I have a challenge for you today.
Awesome, I love
Okay.
challenges.
So what you have to do is take this bag. This is a Ziploc bag,
Take it.
just filled with water.
We'll take it.
Okay. Then,
Regular water, right?
yeah, just plain old regular water, nothing added to it.
All right.
Then I want you to take this pencil, sharpened pencil,
Okay.
and you're going to,
Right.
well, no. You're going to stab it through the bag.
What? Say what?
Yeah. All the way through.
All the way through.
Without busting the bag. That is
Without
the
busting
challenge.
the bag in water, going everywhere, and getting all over my nice clothes.
Yep, it's just gonna go right through.
Oh dear.
In fact, you could do all of these pencils too.
All of them?
Yeah. But let's just start out with one.
I am no magician, ma'am. But I will try your silly games. Here we go. Slow stab,
It's
quick
possible.
stab, what do you think? What
It's
should
possible.
I do? Quick stab? I'm
Probably.
gonna go
Whatever you want.
maybe in between. Maybe a medium stab. Medium stab. Here we go. Ready? Count down to 3. Wait, do I go 3, 2, 1 or 1, 2, 3? I don't know.
3.
Who cares? I'm just trying to stab it back.
2.
Here we go. Ready.
1.
And...
Whoa. See, I told you it was possible. Good job.
Cool! Awesome.
Alright.
So I can do more?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Let me try this one. Let's see if I can go at a different angle. 1, 2, 3.
Cool.
What?
Good job. You did it.
That's awesome!
Okay, can we do 3 pencils?
Another one? Okay, let's go this way. 1, 2. Oh! I'm
Good
gonna
job.
try to go the other way.
Okay.
Let's see. 2. Nice!
I wasn't sure about that one,
I was kinda nervous
but
about
it
that.
worked.
Here
Yep.
we go. Go this way.
Uh-huh. Cool.
All right, I have 2 more pencils. This one's not really sharpened. I wonder if it'll work with an unsharpened pencil. Okay, here we go. 1, 2. Oh, it worked!
Oh, good job.
Awesome. Here we go.
So
1.
cool.
This is a short pencil. Here we
Maybe
go.
that one in the corner.
I'll do 2, 3.
Oh,
Ta-da!
super cool.
Awesome, I
You
did it!
all of them. How many pencils is that?
Success!
lost count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7 pencils.
7 pencils.
Inside of that bag
Stabbed.
of water, and not even a drop
Not a drop.
leaked out. That was
Not
pretty
a
cool.
drop.
So, how did it feel when you were about to put the first pencil through?
Well,
What was going through your mind? Let's get the replay.
so I was really apprehensive. I did not want to stab it at first. I was nervous, a little bit scared. But you know, once I was able to get the first one through, I was more confident about doing some more.
And that's exactly what our lesson is about today. Sometimes God asks us to do big, scary, sometimes challenging things. But when we obey Him, we learn to love and trust Him again and again. And when He asks us to obey, we have confidence to do so, even when others around us are not obeying.
That's right. Our lesson today is about how Noah, he built the ark, but all the people around him didn't want to obey God. They didn't want to follow. Yet still, Noah chose to obey, even when others didn't. So come on, kids. Let's go. Do you guys sometimes find it hard to obey? I know I have. Whenever I was a kid, I remember going to my friend's house and we were watching TV and there was this one TV show that came on. And my parents had told me that I was not allowed to watch this particular TV show. And so I had to make a decision sitting there with my friend watching this TV show. Should I keep watching the show and hope that my parents don't find out that I watch this show? Or should I tell my friend, hey buddy, I'm really not supposed to watch this show? But he might look at me and think, wow, you're weird. You're weird. You're not allowed to watch this show? Yeah, my parents, they don't allow me to watch this show. Can we just watch something else? You mean your parents don't allow you to watch this show? And I had to make a decision. Am I going to obey my mom and dad, or am I going to disobey them and risk disappointing them? Boys and girls, we have decisions like this all the time where we have to make the decision to either obey or disobey. Today we're going to learn about Noah and how he chose to obey even when there is other people who are wicked and sinful and they were not obeying God. The book of Genesis, in chapters 6, 7, and 8, we read the account of Noah and the ark and the flood, and how God sent a flood upon the earth to destroy the earth of all of its wickedness so that He could save one man and his family so that God could restart the human population, restart the earth. But I want to know, it is difficult for us to obey God, but why? Why should we obey God? Let's get into our lesson and let's read the book of Genesis chapter 6. The Bible teaches us in verse 5, "And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. Boys and girls, the Bible teaches us here that in Noah's day, there was nobody on earth except for Noah and his family that truly loved God and that were obeying him. It says even their imaginations, every single thought that they thought about was wicked and sinful. And God had to do something about that. God is holy and perfect, right? There's nothing wrong with God. There's no sin in God. And God doesn't like seeing sin in his creation either. Let's keep reading. In verse 6 it says, "And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart." It made him sad that men and women and children were sinning against God. Verse 7 it says, "And the Lord said, I will destroy man, whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord." You see, boys and girls, while there was everybody on the earth sinning and being wicked, and every single one of their thoughts was wicked and sinful, there was one man who found grace in God's sight. There's one man who chose to obey and follow God. God called him to do something that was radical, something that was big. He asked him, "I want you to build a boat." God commanded him. God told him, "Noah, I want you to build an ark." And God told him exactly how he was supposed to build it. "I want you to build it just like this." And you know what Noah did? He obeyed. Immediately, he followed God. Now, I think of obedience like this. Whenever we obey, sometimes we can be asked to do something and we can say, "Just a minute, just a minute." Is that obeying right away? No. We should obey immediately, right away. When God called Noah and he told him, "I want you to build an ark," Noah didn't say, "Just a minute, God." No, he said, "I'm going to do it right now." Obey immediately. And then I like to think of obedience in this way too. Sometimes we can say, "In just a minute," or we can choose to obey, but we don't obey in the whole entire way. Maybe your mom asks you to go and clean your room, and you say, "Just a minute, Mom." Was that obeying immediately? No, not really. Well, maybe you do choose to obey immediately. "Go clean your room." "Okay, I'm going." And then whenever you get there to clean your room, you start cleaning, but you kind of just throw things in the closet, you throw things here and there, and then you're like, "Okay, I'm done." Was that obeying completely? Did you obey completely? No, they told you to clean, your mom told you to clean your room. You need to do it completely. Noah, he completed the ark exactly how God told him how to do it. Wow, he obeyed immediately, he obeyed completely, and I believe that he did it with a good attitude. I like to say he obeyed sweetly. Boys and girls, your mom asks you to clean your room. Do you obey immediately? Do you go right away? Do you completely do the task? Do you completely clean the room like you're supposed to? And do you do it with a good attitude? Because sometimes I know that my mom asked me to clean my room and I would be like, "Okay, Mom, I'm going." "Don't go there. Put my clothes away. I don't want." And we get so angry and frustrated. That's not how God wants us to be. He wants us to obey immediately, completely, and sweetly with a good attitude. And boys and girls, I believe that Noah, he did that. Verse 5 of chapter 7 says this, "And Noah did according unto all that the Lord commanded him." Noah did absolutely everything that God was calling him to do. And why did Noah obey God? Well, because I believe that Noah loved God. Noah loved God with his whole heart, knowing that God is his creator, knowing that God is God, that he's all powerful, that God is all knowing. He knows each and every thought that passes through our mind. And Noah, he realized that my love for God drives me to obey him. And then think about this, boys and girls. God's love for us. That God would send his son to die on the cross for us. To give his life for us. Wow, what great love God has shown towards you and towards me. We should obey him because of his love towards us. The story goes on about Noah. He builds the ark, and even though nobody else was there or nobody else was choosing to obey God, Noah chose, I'm going to obey and follow God. I'm going to build this ark. Nobody had ever seen a boat before. It had never rained. The floods came. Noah and his family and all the animals, 2 by 2, were on the ark. They got spared. They got saved. For 40 days and 40 nights, it rained and stormed and flooded the earth, and everything was wiped out except for everything that was on the ark. Noah and his family and all the animals on the ark, they were spared and they were saved because they obeyed God. Boys and girls, I challenge you to be a young person, to be a kid who is choosing to obey even when others around you aren't obeying. Would you pray with me? Dear God, we thank you so much that you are a God who cares for us and who loves us so much that you would choose to give us a way to know you and to be saved from our sin and our wickedness. I pray today that you would help each and every one of us to obey you and to love you because of your great love towards us. Help us to follow you in every area of our life. And God, may you be pleased with us. God, bless each boy and girl who's watching today. Bless their family. Help them to honor you with their lives. We love you, Jesus. And in your name we pray. Amen. Hey kids, thank you so much for joining us today. And we hope that you will take these truths that you've learned today and you'll apply them to your own life.
And you know, obeying God isn't always a Noah's Ark experience. God isn't always going to ask us to build a big ark or something huge like that. We can obey God in little ways every day. When we obey our parents, when we obey our teachers, when we obey the rules, when we read our Bibles, there are so many ways that we can obey God.
That's right. And boys and girls, not everybody is obeying God. But you and I should be obeying him. Even when other people aren't, we should obey God. Why? Because we love him. He's our creator. He loves us. He shows such great grace and mercy and compassion towards us every single day. Boys and girls, that alone should drive us to love him and to obey him. So boys and girls, I challenge you to obey God every single day, even when others around you aren't. We love you. We hope you've enjoyed this lesson today. We miss you guys, and we hope that you have a wonderful day today. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Who am I that the highest king would welcome me? I was lost, but he brought me in. Oh, his love for me. Oh, his love for